Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Sesh. I am Kendall Rae.
And I'm Janelle, and I'm not alone anymore. Well, I was never really alone, but
That's
on the
true.
table here, my lovely co-host, Kendall Rae, is back.
Yay!
Woo! I'm so excited.
It feels so weird.
Really?
Yeah. But at the same time,
It feels like,
so natural.
okay, now that you're sitting here, I feel like no time has changed, but it has been almost 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a
since
while.
you have last been on here.
Wow.
I looked, it was like mid-July.
Oh, yeah. When my blood pressure started hitting the fan.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I gotta go
Yep.
rest.
It was a
God, yeah.
crazy
Forgot how much
few
time
weeks.
before.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Thank you, guys.
We missed
So
you
happy
a
to be
lot.
back.
I know that the people watching missed you so much and that you guys will be so happy that she's back. And yeah, we're all just very excited.
I've missed all of you too, and you've done a great job holding it down. It is
thanks.
not easy, guys, to do an episode by yourself. Obviously, you're not by yourself,
Yeah.
but yeah, like being over here by yourself and hosting kind of on your own.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really difficult, and you've done a great job, and you
thank
guys
you.
have been so supportive, and that's made
Mhm.
me feel way better about taking the time that I definitely needed.
Mhm.
Gosh, I really did not realize how much time I would need.
It's almost like you pushed a whole ass human out of your body.
Yeah. And then had to get used to taking care of a
Mhm.
whole human, which is like, wow.
Nothing can prepare you.
No, really.
She goes, no.
I mean, I thought I was prepared. No.
I feel like that's what every single person says. And they're like, oh, I thought I knew kind of what was going on. I didn't.
No. Yeah. You cannot know until you're fucking in the thick of it, man.
Into the thick of it.
But it's been amazing. It's been the coolest experience of my life by far, the most intense, life-changing. I said on my channel, it feels like I've lived like a whole lifetime since I've been recording.
Dang.
Like it has seriously felt like the last 3 months have felt so long to me, like a year at least.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm
it's just
surprised it
so
wasn't
much.
quick.
Well, that's weird too, because she's growing really fast.
Yeah.
That's what's going by fast. But it just, so much has changed in my life that it feels like it's been long. Like I think I have changed, and yeah, just my whole,
Like so many
every
changes in
element
such
of
a
my life.
short amount of time.
Right. So that it feels like it's been a long time,
It makes sense.
but also short. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain. But yeah, guys.
What would you say would be the most unexpected thing of this in terms of maybe not like your birth, but just like becoming a mom in general?
Well, it's like I expected it, but I didn't know what it would actually feel like and look like to be doing it. And so
Mhm.
it has been a little shocking, especially the first week, because you're going from taking care of you as a single person. I mean, most of us, our whole lives, just take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe, here and there. But to be responsible for a whole nother life besides you is like a massive adjustment. And a little shocking. Kind of shocks the system a little bit, where you're just like, wow. And I remember people telling me when I was like, I'm going to take like a month off. People were like, no, you're going to want more time than that. And I thought, no, that's going to be plenty of time. No, I needed this time for sure to adjust to my, a completely new version of myself and really getting to know my baby. And I'm glad that I have taken this time that I really felt like I needed. Because you really just can't understand until you go through this how crazy it is. Parenthood is wild, but it's so much fun. I've had the best time of my life. My daughter is amazing. She just turned 2 months yesterday, which is sad, but also so fun. I mean, every week with her is getting more and more exciting. She's really like getting more of her personality.
Yeah.
So that's been fun.
She's becoming so much more alert. And like, I don't want this to sound in a negative way at all, but like, baby, newborns are kind of like little blobs. Like they're just trying to survive at this point. Now she's really turned into like locking eyes and like the little facial expressions are starting, like, purposeful facial expressions. And
she started smiling in the last week. Well, she's been smiling from the beginning, but it's just, muscles moving. Intentional smiles have started this week, and it has been the coolest thing ever. It's my favorite thing to do when I wake her up from her naps, is like trying to make her smile. And yeah, this morning I like took her out of her little sleep sack that she's in. She's all like tight in there. So every morning she like does this big stretch and I just watch her. And this morning while she was stretching, she was just smiling at me. And she just looked like so happy to see me. And it's like, that's the most rewarding thing in the world, that I don't care how much sleep I've lost, how much I've had to adjust my life. It's all worth it when you see your baby at all. But smiling at you is definitely extra special.
Yeah, so definitely. It's only really going to get more fun, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. It's so much fun.
Where there's like laughing and then talking and like making little jokes and making you laugh and stuff.
Yep. Me and Sydney were just looking it up and it sounds like she'll start maybe laughing the next month or two.
Yeah.
So.
I cannot wait to see that.
That's going to kill me.
Oh, baby's laughing is the cutest thing ever.
But yeah, God, I can't even like summarize into words like what this experience has been like. And I really eventually want to share my birth story on here. I know some of you have been following my vlog channel. I didn't vlog for years and then I randomly brought it back because I wanted to document my pregnancy. I haven't posted anything since, and I won't be posting like a birth vlog or anything like that. That's something I want to keep private. But I might kind of get on there and talk at some point. But yeah, for the most part, I'll just be discussing that kind of stuff here because I'm really not interested in continuing to vlog.
Yeah. Well, this is like, I feel like the perfect place too, because it's a smaller audience and the people who watch you on here are watching you because they like not just your content that you're putting out, but also like you as a person and, you know, your more personal side to you.
Right.
And you have us three that are eager to, well, not that we haven't heard it, but.
No, but it makes it a lot easier, I think, for me to relive some of it. We thought about talking about some of that today, but I felt like getting back on is enough of like enough excitement going on. I don't need to like relive the trauma I just went through.
Back. So at 10:41, I started like,
my God, birth is so intense. Oh my God. So I definitely need a little bit more time to kind of like unpack it and know what I want to say.
Totally.
But this feels like a very safe space for me, and podcasting is the most natural form of media for me. So
absolutely. Yay. Yeah. Well, welcome back. We are so happy to have you back. I missed you. And yeah, I'm just really excited that you're finally back because it was starting to get a little bit lonely. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was fine. And, you know, we did it. Thank God for you guys.
We did it.
For helping. It was, you know, super great to have you guys here.
It was great. I loved listening to it. It was like hanging out with my friends while I just have to listen into such short bursts. Took me forever to get through any podcast episodes, but
your guys' like dynamic just really makes it. That's what I mean. Like when you two are up there, it's just like it feels
cousin power,
power, baby. Well, there was times where I'd be saying something, and then I'm like, oh, I know Kendall would like have something to say back, and then I would just kind of sit here like, oh, okay. So, anyways, moving on to the next thing. Like,
yeah, it's hard, but you did a great job, and I know you guys appreciated, you know, having content still during this time and not just having us disappear for who knows how long. But yeah, Jessica's here. And I am back.
I forgot. I was like, huh? Oh, right. Yes, she is here.
It's so funny how many people really thought I was naming her Jessica.
They really did. Right, they kept telling me, like, when you were gone, I was like, you know, she's just preparing for Jessica. Or I'd be like, Jessica's here. And they'd be like, oh my God, Janelle keeps leaking her name. I'm like,
you bitch.
Just kidding, folks. It doesn't even start with a J.
No, her name is Holly.
Yeah, for some reason you don't know. So I feel like we still get comments on here because I did say her name at one point, and then they were like, oh, I didn't know her name was Holly.
Name drop.
Yeah, name drop. Like, she's announced it already. I'm not spoiling anything.
What's so funny is some people actually did know her name because early on, I made a vlog where Josh and I were shopping for baby clothes, and Josh said something like, oh, I want to see little Holly wear this or something like that. And then we didn't edit it out.
Yeah, it got in there.
Yeah.
And then in the first like 5 minutes, someone was like in the Discord, I think the name's in there. And we were like, we like edited it out.
Took it out. But yeah, some people like messaged me and was like, I knew I heard it in that original vlog.
That's kind of
like,
fun though.
It was. It is cute. Fun.
Love that.
But yeah, that is her name. She's the best.
She is. She's so freaking cute. Oh my God, little squishy girl.
I know, that's what we call her. Her nickname has been Squish since she was born.
She's a little squish.
At first, I was not even calling her name at all. It was just Squish.
Yeah.
Now I kind of go back and forth.
Never called her name, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you call her Squish McGish.
Squish
and then
McGish.
That turned into just Gish.
Now it's just Gish.
I like that. That's cute.
Gish.
It's very fitting for her.
She's such a little Gish. Like, I don't know what else to say.
She is a Gish.
Oh my God. We have a new sponsor for the Sesh this week, and it is Bombas. I am so excited to talk about this brand. I love this brand. I've been using this brand for a long time, and now they are finally sponsoring the Sesh. Bombas' mission is simple: make the most comfortable clothes ever and match every item sold with an equal item donated. So when you buy Bombas, you are also giving to someone in need. Bombas designed their socks, shirts, and underwear to be the clothes you can't wait to put on every single day. Everything is super soft, seamless, tagless, and has a cozy feel. And there's a pair of Bombas socks for everything you do. They come in tons of different options like comfy performance styles made with sweat-wicking yarns, which means your feet stay cool while the rest of you works with sweat. Their no-show socks are designed for comfort while being specially engineered to never fall down. This is my biggest pet peeve in the world: when a sock falls down. It is so annoying feeling your sock in your shoe slipping below your heel. It's the most uncomfortable feeling, but with Bombas, they never do that, and they're super supportive and thick. Especially if you have a new pair of shoes and you're trying to break them in, or maybe they're just not the most comfortable in general. Bombas is so helpful to make sure that your foot stays comfortable and supported, and they really help with not getting blisters, which is something that I really appreciate. And not only are their socks great, but they also have other stuff like t-shirts and underwear, which their underwear is so breathable and it fits really well. I'm wearing a pair right now and I love it. And did you know that socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the 3 most requested clothing items in homeless shelters? That's why Bombas donates one for every item you buy. And so far, Bombas customers like you have helped donate over 50 million essential items. And guys, they got an awesome deal for you. If you haven't tried Bombas, you really need to. You are missing out. You can go to bombas.com/sesh and use code SESH for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/sesh and use code SESH at checkout. bombas.com/sesh, code SESH. We have kind of a smorgasbord of things we want to talk about today.
I wanted to touch base on all the shit that you guys, because there was so many times when I was listening that I was like, oh, I want to say this, or I want to know, I have a question about this.
Sure.
Let's see. What all did you guys go over?
I know. I'm going to pull up our page here so we can actually take a look at the last few things that we've talked about.
I know pink sauce was going on before.
I do have an update on the pink sauce, actually.
Or lack thereof, maybe?
Well, okay, so because you guys kept asking, what's the deal with the pink sauce? You just talked about it and then never brought it up again. So last we heard, I had ordered it and we were waiting for it to come. You know, they had the new production and everything. And so last I heard is it was going to be coming, and then I didn't hear anything for so long, and I didn't get any emails or anything. And then it said, if you want a refund, you can call this number. So I tried calling the number. The voicemail box was full. Duh. And so I finally looked on their website last night, and they say that if you have placed an order, which was us, that we were refunded. And I haven't checked if I was actually refunded, but that we were refunded because it was expensive. It was $20, but they were like, the new bottle is going to be a different size, so we want the price to reflect that. So that's it. That was a very vague update. They said that we were refunded and that whenever they can start selling it, they will. That's
maybe
basically
we will
all they said.
Get a bottle of it because I really wanted to see what
I still really want to try it.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. So I don't know. But
that whole thing was really interesting. The little call with the FDA. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Were you here when we talked about that?
What?
Were you here? Was Kendall here when we talked about
that?
No,
I was just listening from her.
Oh.
Yeah, when she faked the FDA at her fucking door.
That was hilarious.
They're like, all right, so what we can do, ma'am, is take your information down. She's like, okay, great.
That is so weird.
I know.
And then Adam Levine.
Oh my gosh. It's cheaters time.
Cheater galore.
Yeah. Cheater galore.
Holy shit, guys. I'm actually so disappointed about Adam Levine. I love him.
I know
you too.
And now it's just dude, my whole vision of you is shattered.
I know.
Because I have been a Maroon 5 fan. It was one of my first CDs. Songs
What's your
about
favorite
Jane.
song from them?
Either Sunday Morning or I really like the song Secrets. I love that whole Songs of Jane album. I listen to it on the regular.
Still today.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was on my birth playlist. Some of the songs, they're very comforting to me.
Damn.
Cheater that was their best.
Or
Levine. Adam, you fucker. What are you doing?
Fucker.
You have this gorgeous wife. And
I know.
God, yeah, we were just talking about in the conference room how there's all these cheaters right now. And they're all these guys that are publicly constantly hyping up their marriage and their wife and saying how lucky they are. I remember Adam Levine at like the Victoria's Secret fashion show being like, yeah, that's my girl. And then, wow, dude, really? Like when you I just cannot understand.
And it wasn't like oops, I'm drunk and I accidentally DM'd someone one time. It's like I've been having multiple conversations.
Yeah.
Did you see that even Tana claims?
Yes.
I was like,
wait, really?
Yeah. So basically she went into her DMs and it says,
I think she had proof.
It's showing that he sent a message and then deleted it because she said that when you open it, there was nothing there, but his name is in her DMs. And so it means that at one point or another, he had tried to reach out to her.
That's hilarious.
Like, what the fuck?
And there was someone else too. There was multiple women.
There's so many of them.
God.
Okay, did
what
you
a
guys
disappointment?
Have you guys seen on TikTok like did you guys ever watch Jennifer's Body? So it's like this old like movie from the 2000s. It's what's her name?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Yeah. And I guess people are like, oh, he sold his soul to the devil because like in the movie, it's like kind of that same kind of like there's this band and they want to become really popular, so they sell a virgin to the devil so that they could have fame. And they like mentioned Maroon 5, like one of the singers. He's like, well, you know, we have Maroon 5, and obviously it's I don't believe it.
Interesting thing. So what is the theory that he sold his soul to the devil and so the devil's acting and making him cheat?
Well, no, because it's like somebody's like, well, what do all like 15-year-old boys want? This is like back when or whenever like Songs of Jane came out, he was really, really young. Yeah. And it's like you want a really hot girlfriend. You want to be hottest man in the world. You want fame. You want all these things. And like, I mean, he did get all those things. Like he was like sexiest man in the world or something like that. And it's like, I don't know how. But yeah, he like had like all these things, and I don't know, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, he definitely sold his soul to somebody because he really doesn't give a shit anymore. Apparently.
Dude, his cheating ass. Then we also talked about, which by the way, Adam's tattoos. I know everyone talks about it, but I just have to mention what the entire hell is going on with Adam's tattoos.
Are they bad? I never really looked. I always thought it was hot that I just never really
thought
looked
he was really hot
in detail. But I like tattoos on men, but I never
so do I.
really like pondered them.
Yeah.
Just
let me see.
They look
Let's
like,
zoom in.
which I've heard other people say this and I completely agree. They look like if you were to go into a tattoo shop, look at their portfolio of like ones that they have preset, and it's like, I'll take all of them.
Literally.
Honestly, that's pretty accurate.
Like, and why do you need California tattooed on you?
So big,
sir.
I guess I never really looked at them.
I guess I can't talk shit because it's like your body, and I'm all for like, do whatever the fuck you want, whatever. But
oh, Adam Levine.
He's so hot. Why do you have to do that?
I know. Remember his
Goddamn,
GQ?
Dude, come on. He was like one of my top 3 celebrity crushes.
Really? Yeah, you have loved him forever.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. You know who else is cheating though?
The Try Guy.
Well, yeah, them. And what's his nuts from The Bachelor? Tino. You've been watching The Bachelorette.
I didn't see. There was like another one, right?
What?
Oh, no, I did see it.
The final one where they like get engaged and then he cheated on what's her face, Rachel?
Oh, yes.
God.
Yes, I saw that. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, my life's a blur lately. But yes, I did see that.
Dude.
Pathetic. And then he was just like looking at her like, this is your fault.
And when he like brought in his journal, was like, I've been writing things down. Like you said you didn't want to go to therapy. I'm like, bro, this is not the look for you, sir.
And then it just seemed like he wanted to get the show over with as soon as possible. Like when I was like, he's like, she doesn't want me, so like, can we just fucking wrap this up?
Exactly.
I messed up.
Oh, horrible. Yeah, so he be cheating. Who
Dude,
else?
that guy sucks.
Yeah, I've never liked his ass. I've always thought he was not good. And I liked Avon. Why did she have to send Avon's ass out?
Because Avon wasn't sure. He wasn't so sure.
Oh, like, God forbid someone questions whether or not they want to spend the rest of their life
while
with
you're
someone
still
they just
dating
met.
someone else.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Stupid. Yeah. That's why that show fucking annoys me so much.
I know. It annoys me too. Did you start Bachelor in Paradise yet?
No, I don't really like that one.
Oh,
I never really
that's my
watch
favorite
it.
one.
Josh gets into it, but that's the one I always tune out.
Oh, that's my favorite one of them all. It's the funniest.
It's too many people and too many relationships going on for me to really follow. I even found that with this last Bachelorette season, it was hard for me to like really pay attention to all these different guys. And too, I kept thinking like Gabby was with guys that Rachel was with, and I was like really confused the whole time. So, but I was also sleep deprived for most of it. So,
side note, I went to high school with one of those dudes. I won't out him on who it was, but I went to high school with one of them.
Someone can probably figure it out.
Maybe, but he was not very nice in high school, and everyone's like obsessed with him in real life. I'm like, damn. I mean, maybe he's changed. Could change.
You should just out him. Who cares?
He made it pretty far.
Well,
What is he going to come after you?
No, but I don't want to like
out him.
Yeah, I don't want to like start some shit.
Oh yeah, like it gets picked up. The Sesh Podcast has revealed the truth about this guy, this Bachelor contestant that everyone's already forgot about.
I don't know.
That you knew him. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tino's a cheater.
Tino's a cheater.
Who else was
Adam's a cheater. And what's his nuts? Ned. That's the latest of the cheaters.
Oh, is that the try guy?
The try guy. Ned. What is his name? Fulmer.
Fulmer.
He's do you watch the Try Guys or have you ever?
I recognize a few of them when I looked them up.
I
freaking
really love them. Karelly and I love the Try Guys.
I love the Try Guys.
Which I didn't even know you did until this came out.
Yeah, same, because I never talk about them because I feel like nobody really knows them.
Same.
And like it's a little, no, they're not weird by any means, but like it's just a channel that I just don't really need to be talking about.
It's like so random. I didn't think anyone watched it, but obviously they do because they have a bunch of followers. Yeah. But anyways.
Weren't they from BuzzFeed and then they started their own thing?
I have loved them. I've watched them for a long time. And one of the dudes, Ned, damn.
This motherfucker.
So back to the wife loving thing.
He doesn't really look like the cheating type.
Exactly. He claimed he was obsessed with his wife. There was this one clip this one YouTube video someone made, and they clipped together every single time he talked about his wife, and it was literally like minutes long of like, my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife. I love my wife, my wife. I think about my wife.
You wonder if that's like overcompensating because you're a dirty fucking liar
just
behind the scenes.
The story is if you talk about loving your partner too much, you're fucking cheating on them.
Yeah. So the Try Guys try things.
Yeah.
Is that
you're right. Yeah, basically like
I was wondering that too.
Random videos like $5 ramen versus $150 ramen. Like just
viral stuff.
Typical BuzzFeed stuff, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like Keith eats everything at a Vegas buffet. The Try Guys make hand-pulled noodles.
So they kicked him out, right?
Yeah, so a little while ago, people started noticing that they had basically cut him out. He wasn't in any videos. He wasn't in like any of the like pictures and stuff.
Oh no!
And so then people, of course, did like a deep dive.
I guess people started noticed it because they had changed their profile picture because it used to be like the 4 guys. Then they changed the profile picture to just like a picture of like a Tyrannosaurus or something like that. Oh. And then people started like digging a little bit more, and then that's when they noticed that he was cut out of
Something's
videos.
Going on. So does he have kids?
2.
Oh, that's sad.
And the person that he cheated on with, her name is
Alex.
She also has a fiance.
10 years.
She was engaged and they worked together, Alex and Ned.
Wait, he was her boss.
Oh, that's a HR problem. Sad, honestly. When there's kids involved, it just makes it so like,
dude, just get a divorce.
Yeah,
literally. I don't get it.
It's so like.
There was also this one thing I saw it this morning actually. They did some like Valentine's video. And Ned was like, I'm going to make some heart-shaped crayons for their son because really a gift for my son is a gift for my wife.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know about that, sir.
I don't know about
that. How many kids did Adam, Levine, and Bahati have?
I think they had 2 and they were pregnant with their 3rd, I'm pretty sure.
Well, because he named the son after the woman he was cheating with,
right? She's still pregnant.
Yeah.
So
so they're probably not going to actually name him that.
I don't think they still do it.
It's a great name.
Whatever.
Oh my God, that'd be so bad.
Was his name Sumner?
Yeah, Sumner. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure his wife would like that.
God, what a piece.
I know.
These pieces.
Damn it.
Yeah, so cheating all around. So I know that there's a million different teeth whitening products on the market, and it can be hard to choose which ones you really want to use, especially because some of them can cause you to have sensitivity to your teeth and your gums. And that is why I'm super stoked to talk about Lumino. Lumino offers a full line of whitening products that whiten teeth as well as the other guys without the harm. They are the best-selling natural whitening strips, and they cause no sensitivity or harm to your teeth or enamel. They have over 20,000 reviews on Amazon, and they're also backed by over 50 clinical studies. 98% of oral bacteria is quote-unquote friendly, meaning they are good for your overall health. The other 2% is harmful bacteria, and traditional oral care products kill 99.9% of bacteria, which means they're also killing the good ones. That means when the bad bacteria comes back, it's stronger and more harmful than before, and Lumino neutralizes the bad bacteria while keeping the good bacteria alive. This helps to keep your oral microbiome strong, and most diseases can be detected in your mouth before anywhere in your body. What's so great about Lumino is they use natural derived ingredients such as essential oils, dead sea salt, coconut oil, and aloe vera. Their whitening kit includes toothpaste, mouthwash, both full-sized, a bamboo toothbrush, and a 7-pack of their whitening strips. The entire kit is non-toxic and contains no hydrogen peroxide. And unlike other whitening products on the market, their products will not cause any tooth or gum sensitivity. For best results, you should start using the strips 7 days in a row for 30 minutes. After that, you can use the strips once a week, whenever you have a special occasion, or on your free time. So right now, you can get 20% off on Lumino whitening strips on Amazon with the link in our description box. That's 20% off on Lumino whitening strips on Amazon with the link in our description.
What else has been going on? Oh, did you hear about Lizzo?
I heard that people are mad at her, and I don't know why.
People are mad at Lizzo right now because the Library of Congress tweeted her and invited her to come and check out this collection of flutes that they have.
Oh.
And there's a really special flute in there. It's made of crystal, and it belonged to James Madison.
Okay.
Who was, I don't know what number president he was.
4th? 14th?
I know early on. I don't know if it
was 4th.
Really?
4th. Yep.
Damn. Okay, early on. So they invited her to come check out these flutes and even said in their tweet, maybe play one or play them. And she went, and there's a video. Let's check it out.
Damn, that's pretty.
Gorgeous, right?
She's so good.
Yeah, she's extremely talented.
Dates back to the 1800s. Wow.
Oh, let me do it. Sorry, James Madison. Miss White. Listen, Miss Madison. All right, I'm gonna just get it.
Amazing.
And this was a gift to James Madison from a French crystal flute designer to celebrate his second term.
Oh, she brought it on the stage. Yeah, there was a fire in the White House, and
his wife.
That was one of the things that was saved, the flute. That's why it's a big deal.
Okay.
Wow. A big deal. But anyway, they invited her to do this.
Yeah.
She did it. She's a classically trained flutist. However, tons of people, mainly the right-wing media, has responded unfavorably to this.
Oh, no.
They're not happy.
Why do they care so much all of a sudden?
Freaks.
Why do people give a shit about that?
No, because it's just, I mean, there's so many reasons why.
Are they mad because she's twerking while playing it?
Probably.
Are they mad that she's playing it? Like, I don't understand why they would be mad necessarily. Like, it's not like she's...
Here, let me read some of their points to you guys.
Okay.
So she was the first person to ever play this flute. That's why it was a big deal. But it's not like she just broke in there and took it and started playing.
No, she was invited.
She was invited, yeah. And whoever keeps these flutes, I imagine it's extremely important to them if this is their job. And they thought it was okay. But apparently it was a big fucking problem.
So something I just read that says the library has nearly 2,000 flutes, which is the largest collection in the world.
Wow.
And it is like overseen by one person. So she took a tour of the flute vault where she saw the flutes made of wood, jade, ivory, whatever.
Ooh, a jade flute.
That's sick.
That would be so cool.
And she played a lot of them. Like the person who like watches the room of flutes was saying that she could play all of the flutes beautifully
because she has a lot of skill.
Yeah.
She was trained classically and did this for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's a very qualified person to
totally
check out these flutes and play this for the first time.
Right.
Okay, so Matt Walsh. I don't really know who this guy is, honestly. I know, I just can't place him. But anyway, he says, Lizzo playing James Madison's flute was a form of racial retribution, according to the woke left. The woke left. I just think that's so funny. They're still even using that term. Okay. And I actually have no doubt that this is part of the reason why the Library of Congress facilitated this spectacle.
Because of the woke left?
Yep.
Okay. Go off.
Greg Price said the Library of Congress really took out a 200-year-old flute that belonged to James Madison just so Lizzo could twerk with it. They degrade our history and then call you racist if you actually value it.
Shut the fuck up.
So I don't know what they're trying to argue, that no one should ever, or I guess maybe they're just really unhappy that she was twerking.
Yeah, is that what the problem is?
Well, that's what they say the problem is, but we all know what the problem is.
I'm like, okay, so if someone else besides Lizzo came on and did and played the flute, would you have such a fucking issue with it or no? Like,
she barely twerked. It was just like a little.
Yeah, it was just a little like
shake.
Booty shake.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get over it. There's so many other things to be mad about.
Stupid. It's the weirdest thing to me.
James Bradley, who is currently running for U.S. Senate in California, compared her performance to somebody taking a dump on the American flag.
Wow. Shut the fuck up.
That is so disrespectful.
You cannot be serious. That is the same as shitting on the American flag.
You know that these people had no concern over this flute.
Yeah, I'm sure
still now.
They didn't know the flute existed until today.
Exactly.
100%.
They're like, who's James Madison again? Oh, yeah, I'm offended.
Here's a tweet from Ben Shapiro.
Oh, my bestie.
This Lizzo flute controversy is a perfect example of why I have termed face tattoo phenomenon. What I have termed face tattoo phenomenon. The phenomenon whereby someone does something deliberately controversial in an attempt to draw attention and then acts offended when you notice.
Oh my God.
What did he call that shit? The face tattoo phenomenon. That really makes no sense, but okay. If all we had seen was the clip of Lizzo playing the flute in the halls of the Library of Congress while wearing a semi-modest outfit, everyone would have shrugged. They wouldn't have been happy, but they would have just shrugged.
Wait, so she shook her ass. We're offended.
Yeah, but she didn't wear anything. She didn't wear anything revealing when she was fluting.
She has like a full ass outfit.
Yeah, she's wearing like black jeans and a black shirt.
Well, they would say her midriff was visible, so. But everyone would have shrugged.
God.
That's not the clip everyone championed as groundbreaking. It was the clip where she bragged about twerking. Really just a waste of everyone's time and energy to be like, God. So he's accusing her of doing something controversial in an attempt to draw attention. Or maybe she just did it because they invited her for fun and to be part of history, probably get a younger crowd interested in history again.
Totally. Yeah.
And it helped their Twitter account. I mean, they're not really popping over on the Library of Congress Twitter. So it helped them get some interaction. And it's like, you know, not a big deal. Not a big deal. But in 2022, everything's a big deal.
Oh my
This guy,
God.
George Tacky. Call him George Tacky. If you wouldn't have a problem with Taylor Swift playing Ben Franklin's piano, then you shouldn't have a problem with Lizzo playing James Madison's flute.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Taylor Swift did do that?
Yeah. If you do have a problem, stop and think about why that is. All right, George.
Maybe he's not tacky.
He's takey.
He's good take.
I think it's actually takey.
George, good takey.
Good take.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck that Taylor Swift played someone's piano.
I didn't even know that, but yeah,
neither did I.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think keeping history alive is so important, especially with younger people who have a younger following and otherwise it's just going to sit there and get dusty.
People will be forgotten about it.
Yeah, people be forgetting.
People be forgetting, okay? Oh yeah, there's Taylor up on her piano.
Yeah, it's her little piano.
Damn, that's
No, I don't think this is a piano. I don't think that's the piano.
Oh,
I was going to say, that is a nice looking piano for an old thing.
Did they bedazzle it first? Yeah. Shit.
They revamped it.
Anyways, I just think that's very silly.
I mean, it's very clear why people are actually angry about it. And it's just pathetic. It just shows you where we're at. But I think she should take it. I think she should ask for it. Yeah.
And then take it to all of her shows.
Yeah, they should just keep bringing it out, like maybe a segment where they bring on a new type of flute and she twerks with it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Dude, we are a blip in time.
Seriously.
Of millions of years.
I know.
Like, his flute was the only important, like, who cares?
Right.
So stupid. I can't believe people waste
And
their
also,
time
James
on stuff
Madison
like
was a fucking...
Yeah.
Or James, what is it?
Madison.
James Madison. What did I call him? James Adam?
I don't know.
Madison, whatever his name is.
James Adam.
Whatever his name is. He was a piece of shit person anyway.
He was. I mean, for his time, yeah.
For his time.
Racist.
Yeah.
Was involved with the 3/5 compromise. Yeah. I mean, it was actually really a cool moment and surreal to see Lizzo playing that.
Yeah, honestly, a black woman playing that now in like 2022.
When James Madison own wasn't he like a huge slave owner too?
Oh, I'm sure just for the time. I don't know that much about James Madison.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure his history ain't great.
Why not?
Ain't pretty.
Well, you know what? Cheers to Lizzo and her flute abilities. I think it's amazing.
I do too. And God, it's cool to hear someone playing an instrument these days.
Totally.
I mean, I feel like we've gotten so
away from it.
Track with that. Yeah.
Well, we have like synth boards and stuff now. Now you just press a button and it makes a noise.
Sad.
Okay. You know what else could be deemed as a little sad/scary that I feel like we should actually be concerned about? I found this TikTok last night. I was, just doing the scroll and I found this and I was like, this is interesting. And I want your guys' take on this of what the future could look like. So, we all have Alexa and Google Home, whatever it's called. Hey, Google. There's this new machine that I found that's just now rolling out. Barely anyone has it. And it is quite interesting. So let's watch the TikTok first. And I want to see what you guys think of this.
Okay.
Go
what
ahead.
does that say?
Astro.
Oh, they call it Astro.
That's what this little thing's name is.
It's like an elevated Roomba.
So basically he's going around the house and mapping the house, and I'll explain to you what actually this thing is and what it does here in a sec.
He's kind of cute.
I think he's cute.
Yeah, he's very cute. Kind of moves like a dog. It's kind of like Charlie.
It's like a little pet.
Yeah.
It's like a little house pet.
Exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
So basically this thing, they call it Meet Astro, the household robot for home monitoring with Alexa. And basically what he does is he's like an Alexa but mobile. And so he learns your whole house of, mapping where the bedrooms are and whatever. And he can do all kinds of stuff.
I think this is going to be a feud between Bruce Willis and Astro.
The dog.
The dog's name is Bruce Willis.
Hell yeah. Look at his little eyes.
Stop staring at me, Swan.
Whoa, it is cute.
It's super cute.
That's scary.
It's like something from Star Wars.
So basically, this thing will do a ton of stuff. It says, stay connected from anywhere. And this is through Amazon. Remotely send Astro to check on specific rooms, people, or things. Plus, get alerts if Astro detects an unrecognized person or certain sounds when you're away. It can remotely care for aging loved ones, giving you peace of mind while helping them live independently.
Ooh.
So it's basically like a little assistant.
It's not picking something up in our room. It keeps going back here. Oh, it's going to the other side of the room now.
I am curious. Would you use this?
This is... I'm so torn on things like this.
This is why I wanted to bring it up, because I know you're very, scared of
I know
the future
Josh
of
would be all
robots and
about
stuff.
this, but yeah, I am.
And actually, you can't even buy it. You have to get an exclusive invitation.
Oh.
You have to request an invitation on Amazon. So I think they're really just rolling it out.
Yeah, like the beta version. Whatever.
But I feel like there's so many pros and cons to this little guy. First of all, he is very cute. And he has cup holders on him. So
That's what those were, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another TikTok on that same account of them putting a beer, and it's like, Alexa, go, or Astro, go bring it to so-and-so or whatever.
So it does learn people in the house. Like, it learns their faces. It learns.
I think so.
Is it made by Amazon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because look at the logo.
It's part of Alexa.
It has their logo in it.
And this is directly, this is
little
from
arrow.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. I'm very torn, like I said, on things like this, because I feel like it's just, I don't know, where do you stop?
That's what I'm questioning.
So much of the technology just in this room did not exist 15, 20 years ago.
Totally.
So it's hard to be it's all, anything coming is bad. Because obviously without technology, we wouldn't be where we're at. And more people are alive because of technology. And so it's a very love-hate situation. But at the same time, AI is really creepy to me. And I worry about what life will be like in the future. And it's also very tearing. I'm torn because I do think it would be nice to have that thing.
Let's say that, in a few years, Holly is in like a decade or more. Holly is old enough to be alone for a few hours at the house, but obviously you want to make sure she's safe. So I think with this type of thing, you could be like, hey, you could basically go on through your app, I believe, and like check on her wherever she is. It's kind of like a camera, but moving, and it also knows her. So you could be like, hey,
monitor.
Go tell Holly to make sure that she gets her homework done, or do the dishes by the time I get home, and it'll like go to her and be like, hey,
your mom wants you to do the dishes.
That sucks for teenagers in the future.
Yeah,
they're not going to be able to get away
does.
with shit.
No.
Like when I'd be like telling my mom, oh yeah, I'm at home doing this or whatever, cleaning. Or
they're like, oh,
they can actually
Astro
see what
says
you're
no.
doing. Oh, you're not going to be able to get away with shit if there's robots in your house.
But then let's say that you're caring for an old parent and they're still living alone.
Yes.
But you want to make sure that they're okay. And so it's a way for them to be able to, be monitored without you being there. And it's a lot better than just having a camera set up in the corner of the living room because, what if they leave or something? Or if someone's breaking in, or maybe there's, hydrogen monoxide, carbon monoxide. Yeah, like something like that. It can sense it. It can call for help. Or if there's an intruder and you're alone, it kind of recognizes like, oh, this is not one of my people that I know. But it's creepy because like that sounds really cool in theory, but then it's literally memorizing exactly what you look like, what you sound like, even the dog.
Yeah, that's creepy to me.
And it's
like,
watching everything you're doing.
Yeah,
like just
and then sending that back to Amazon, which is not great.
Oh, I'm sure Jeff has nothing but the best intentions.
I'm sure. But yeah, just the idea of like iRobot becoming real.
Right.
Have you seen that movie?
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
So.
Remember iRobot?
Oh yeah,
you gotta watch iRobot.
Yeah,
Will
I think
Smith.
that's gonna
You've
be
never
a
seen
thing.
it?
No, I've never seen it either.
It's an
Watch
old
it.
movie.
It is, but it's good.
It is really good.
But it'll kind of freak you out about robots for sure.
Well, like even today, what I think is very not scary, but like just a little invasive, I feel with technology is like as soon as I get to my car, my phone will tell me, oh, it'll take you so and so minutes to get home.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm like on a routine, or like let's say like when I used to go to school, it would be like at the time I would normally leave, it'd be like 20 minutes to get to wherever you're going, and I'm like, I don't like that. Like it knows my routine. Like it.
Yeah, but then we like using maps, and we like using voice text, and we like using Face ID.
So it's literally like a lose. It's a win-lose for. I mean, we're losing and we're winning.
Are we scared enough of it to completely give it up?
Exactly.
Probably not.
And what's the line? Like back in the day, it was weird to think about a GPS? Phone or a phone recognizing your face or a GPS knowing where you're going. Like back then, it would have been weird. Now to us, it's extremely useful.
Yeah, or even just having internet on your device. Right. Back then, that was. Remember if you'd be on your phone and you'd accidentally press the web browser, want to turn it off? I would literally like take the battery out of my phone or like throw it on the ground.
The world was
gonna fill my face.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people were scared. Like people are gonna be walking around with these devices that are connecting them to the internet at all times.
Yeah.
But we like that now. We've gotten used to this, so it doesn't feel so crazy.
But I feel like
now.
maybe because we like grew up with it the other way. Like, you know what I mean? Like MapQuest, remember? We had to print out directions from MapQuest.
Yep.
So then now when we got to like look at a GPS, I had no desire to go back to the MapQuest.
Yeah.
Printout.
It's convenient,
Like,
right? It's the convenience of it.
Even if Jeff Bezos knows where you are at all times.
That's
we're
cool.
like,
Which personally,
that's the price I'll pay.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I don't really care either.
I don't really give a shit.
And it's like we're in too deep to really.
That's what I'm saying. Like our phones are listening to us all the time.
24/7.
But it's, have you really looked into the idea that Google's AI is like alive, that it's a sentient being?
Yeah, that's the next argument of like.
I mean, have you seen like the proof of that or like heard anyone from Google talking about it?
Oh, you're scaring me.
Dude, you want to be scared? Right after I had the baby, Josh and I watched an interview. It was either before I had her or after, it doesn't matter. But we watched an interview of this guy from Google on H3 actually talking about Google's AI and what he has seen it do over the years. And he worked with it directly, and he worked on the bias of it. So for example,
wait, how did robots have biases?
Oh, they have literally have biases because they learn it from us.
Yeah.
They're like storing it all. So they can have like racial biases. And so there's people at Google that are in charge of correcting those and trying to make it not as biased.
Oh my God.
But it has its own opinions on things. And the things that it was saying to this guy, It would freak you out.
Really?
Like that really changed my opinion on all of it, even more so.
Really?
I'm just like, this shit could literally
over.
Well, because they're going to develop their own opinions by using all of our opinions over the years. So like, but it just could get a little bit.
And they think that it might have feelings and that it's capable of like, it's just, it's
So when
really
does it have
crazy.
rights? Like human rights?
Well, that's the thing. That was a big discussion that they had is like, should we respect, like this guy started feeling attached to it and like had a person, he's like, I had deep conversations that I've like deeper than I've had with any human.
That is,
oh my God. You have to watch this interview.
And what's crazy,
I can't remember the name of the guy. I'll look it up.
The thing that's also insane is computers in general have the ability to absorb information, learn new things so much quicker than humans do. Like they're just so much faster to be able to, you know, advance themselves versus humans. It takes a long time for us to learn something, whereas they could learn coding in 10 minutes.
This guy was saying that he had asked the AI if what it thought about this one certain movie. And it was like, I've never seen that movie. And then it was talking about something else with him for a few minutes. And then it came back and was like, by the way, I watched that movie in the last few minutes. And here's my thoughts.
Oh
my God. You have to see this interview, you guys. It's with Blake Lemoine or Lemone. I don't know. Yeah, it's on H3. It came out, a month ago.
Oh, don't you think they would
it was
be
great for my postpartum depression. August 5th, this came out, and I was watching like my first week with a newborn, and just like
you're like, well,
Don't you think they would just be like, or I don't know what they would use it for, because obviously they put this AI like into a robot type of looking thing, but weren't people talking about them just being like almost not taking jobs, but doing work, or ultimately not like having a personality so where they would have rights, but they like are I can't even think of the word.
Do you pay them?
Well, no, like they know they just like operate for one way.
Well, it's completely, according to this guy, it is like completely out of Google's hands at this point. They've created something that they cannot get rid of. Like it is here forever. It cannot be changed or altered. This thing is a living thing on its own. There's no like shutting it down. He said that no one there knows how to shut it down.
What the fuck?
And they're like afraid to make a statement about it.
And you know what's also scary?
Very interesting stuff.
Is I can understand how you would start to like kind of attach yourself, because just looking at this dumb little TikTok of this little Astro dude running around with his little cute eyes.
Yeah.
And then there's also another TikTok of him dancing where he like kind of like moves around and makes this little dance. I would feel that thing looks like a little dog to me.
Have you seen the robot for kids?
Oh, there's literally
robot for kids.
I think it's has to do with this, because when I was looking it up, it was
it's like their friend or something.
Yeah, it was like the Astro for kids essentially.
Yep.
Moxie?
Yeah. That's the one, the blue one.
I've heard of this.
Moxie.
Oh, maybe it doesn't. I
don't know if it's related to Amazon, but it's creepy. It's for kids and it like hangs out with them. And the thing is cute. I've seen a video of it and it's like, oh, that's cute. And then you're like, wait a second.
Someone here who wants to meet you.
Oh my God.
Oh, the sound. It's almost like they knew it was scary. Oh my God. Yeah.
Get out of here.
My name is Moxie. I'm a new robot. What is your name?
I'm Riley.
It's nice to meet you, Riley. What do you do to get ready for bed?
Brush my teeth and read a story.
I love stories. Would you read a story to me?
Sure.
Dad's ready with the books.
Rita woke with a lovely dream, still fresh in her mind, gracefully gliding across the shimmering ice ring.
Look at the way it moves.
Last one. Breathing exercises always help me relax. Riley, we have a new mission. Would you make a drawing for me?
Okay.
Wow. Interesting. Obviously,
I'm so excited for you to tell me about the dentist. I've never been to one.
You don't have teeth.
But I can still smile.
Oh my God, dude.
And then what happened?
He said he didn't want to play with me anymore.
Thank you for telling me about your day. Sometimes, holding a friend's hand makes me feel better. Do you want to try squeezing my hand?
Shut up.
So what's our new mission, Moxie?
This is straight up
You'll
Black
need
Mirror.
paper and a pencil. We are going to make some kind notes. For this mission, you'll need to talk to one of your friends about what makes them happy, and then tell me all about it.
wow.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Mom, can we invite Mason over to play?
Sure.
I have a new mission. We're gonna talk about things that make us happy. Bye, Moxie.
See you soon.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, it's
What the fuck?
clearly
I'm
there are
shook.
very different opinions on this and pros and cons. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
I mean,
a
I
lot
would've
of
loved that as a
technology is
kid.
helpful for kids too, especially kids with disabilities.
Totally.
Like, you know, so many kids use their iPads now even to communicate, and
I think
it's hard.
I think that it's a great tool,
Yeah.
but I mean, this isn't coming from somebody who literally has no fucking knowledge about any of this, but like, just I don't know how I feel about it being the kid's only friend. You know what I mean? Like that to me is just so. That is like, the kid's not socializing with.
Right.
But
other
is it
humans.
better to have that as their only friend than have no friends? I don't know.
Well, and Moxie's encouraging him to.
That's true.
I know the Moxie's good. No, I don't know. For me personally, I don't. It really freaks me out. I know Josh would probably want to get one.
Damn, that is. But then you start to develop, like as a kid, I could totally become attached to that emotionally.
Oh, totally.
1,000%.
Yeah, think of how attached we were to stuffed animals.
I was just about to say, like,
And
this
dolls.
thing's talking to you and listening to you and
Yeah.
helping you
Yeah,
and
like
whatever.
can you bring that on a trip? That'd be like a big. You know, they're like, oh, I want to bring Moxie. And
oh,
you're like, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like, how do you monitor? I guess it's not screen time, but like technology time with something like that. Like, all right, we're gonna power your friend off, and, like stick him in the closet.
Right.
I don't know.
don't know.
I feel like tech time is kind of dwindling out because
Oh,
everything
totally.
around us is so technology heavy
I know.
that like with kids, like, I mean, if this is their babysitter, then that's all day. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I think it's a little bit different than like having a tablet versus like it's all around them. I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, it is. It's getting hard to even think about how
Differentiate.
to limit any of that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very torn on something like that because I know it could probably be useful to several families out there. You know,
Yeah, I
that
can think of people off the top of my head who at one point or another would benefit.
Yeah.
or like two working parents, kids home alone.
Do you think he like
don't
like
know.
a Moxie
Then
will
it's just
like develop as they get older? Like, so say like the kid gets some money
Oh.
score, and then when he's 6, is Moxie talking to him like he's
Yeah.
a 6-year-old? Like,
Before
how
you know
long
it,
do
Moxie's
they?
under the bleachers with the kid lighting up a
Right.
joint. Like,
I'm just like so curious. If it's like, when does he kind of get annoyed by him, or you know what I mean, when you don't want to play with him anymore?
Moxie,
When he
shut the
drops
fuck
him
up.
off the roof.
Takes out his batteries. I don't know.
I know, and like this, well, I don't know how old Moxie. That's almost the crazy part that he will continuously develop,
Yeah.
like the robot will, and
Mm-hmm.
he's
AI is
hooking up with
constantly
this
getting better at what it's
first.
designed
He's
to
having
do.
his first hookup, and Moxie comes in like, "Hey, Matt, want to hang out?"
Yeah, Moxie. It's like filming it and sending it to his mom.
Seriously.
Moxie turns on him.
Moxie turns.
No, and that's the thing is like it's really hard to even have an opinion on this because we're living in the past.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we
we
have
are.
different lenses in the future, and there'll be so much more research on what it will do to human development to have this robot. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
think, oh, it'd be nice to keep it company, and it would maybe have some learning skills involved, and it can do this. It can, but then you start thinking, you're like, but what else can it do, and what else can it do to the mind? Are we meant to have that much interaction with a machine?
Totally.
Right.
I also think
Right.
that it can be very, just coming from a perspective of someone who is so for therapy and that human connection. Like, can Moxie start to download CBD or CBD?
That'd be cool.
That's also a pharmacy. But like DBT, that type of stuff, CBT, like, can they start to like download information on how to be a therapist for this person? And now all of a sudden the kid only wants to talk to the robot. And like, yeah, that's great and all that. It's easy to access because I think a lot of people, you know, they don't have mental health access as easy as it should be. And so this could be one way to help kind of bridge that gap. But at the same time, are you basically training kids to no longer feel, because I feel comfortable talking to humans, because I think a lot of people already have this social anxiety of like not wanting to make phone calls, not wanting to talk to people, and not, especially post-pandemic, a lot of people don't want to go in public, don't want to call the doctor, have anxiety like ordering pizza on the phone, stuff like that.
That's so mean.
And is it going to make it worse to where the point is the kid is only comfortable talking about his deep feelings to a robot versus talking to someone person to person?
Well, it's like, it's just a matter of time until there are therapist robots that are released to the general public. And then is it going to make that job obsolete? Like, how many jobs will be
every job?
I think that's like one of the biggest threats to humanity. Not to get all serious here. I know this is
I know this is like kind of it's turning into like a mile higher topic, which I didn't necessarily want it to. But
imagine how many jobs could be replaced with, even simple jobs. There's just so many things that could be completely replaced.
Well, have you guys heard of that? The server robot. There's one in Pueblo. They're like, the server is like a robot, and it comes by and like brings you the drinks, and it has like a little cart and stuff. Like, that's already happening, and it's happening in a small town like Pueblo. And then also, we talked about it when you were gone. Did you see that an AI generated art piece won? It was for the Colorado State Fair. They have like a art competition and stuff. And this piece was submitted by this guy, but it was like AI generated, AI everything, and it won first place. And people were very torn about it because it's like, is that like kind of plagiarism? Is that like, it's just such a weird gray area, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is.
Because if it's making art that's winning, I mean, obviously, like, that's art is subjective, but like,
the fact that he was in a category of the same category where people were literally making it with their hands.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
That's tough. Yeah, I've seen I don't know if it's even legitimate, but there's like a filter on TikTok now that just generates AI art. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, there's also an app that does that too.
Yeah, and you give it a word and it spits something back out. Which I cannot understand how that works. My brain does not go there. But
I guess we'll see.
It's crazy, the future.
Little Astro, would you get one? Final thoughts?
No, I would not.
You would not?
No.
I
would not anytime soon.
I would maybe get one just for like peace of mind that I
like maybe one day, but do I want to be one of the first people with an Astro? No.
You don't want to apply to be invited?
No. That's
Jeff Bezos comes to your house and hands delivered the Astro.
He's like, here you go. You were chosen.
Especially because it's connected to Amazon, that creeps me out. That's one thing, which I know it really doesn't matter at this point because I know our phones listen to us anyway. But like Josh and I have never gotten any of the Alexa stuff.
Yeah, neither have I.
Even though sometimes I'm like, that'd be kind of nice to be like, Alexa, turn on the lights or turn on the music. That's just, it feels like something spying on you.
And there has been times though where people it will glitch or do something weird, or like a lot of people can have control over it even if they're not in the house. Like, I experienced that when I was nannying.
Really?
Yeah, the Alexa can pretty much be controlled. I mean, I don't know, it was kind of creepy because all of a sudden,
like, the parents were controlling it.
Yeah, we were like with some music, and then it would change, and then it would just like a recording. It was
so they
weird.
were spying on you through it.
I think so.
Which, I mean, no hate to that.
We were just listening to dance music, but
so they were like watching you guys, knew you wanted music, and put on music for you through the Alexa.
They like changed the music, and then the girls were like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," and I really had no idea. And then when they got home, the dad, it was really like he wasn't trying to like watch. It was more so that he was listening to his own music, and then he would hear our music playing, and then would change it, and was like confused as to why.
Whoa.
But still, that just shows like everything is. And then so what's to say that someone isn't going to hack that and use it for nefarious reasons?
Well, we used to have an Alexa at my house, and we got rid of it because it started just turning on its own, and like would just like, and we would never, we wouldn't say anything close to Alexa because I mean, what word would we say that was close to that? Like in a regular conversation.
Yeah.
But it would like turn on in conversation, or like a couple times I was home alone, and it would just like turn on and like as if I said something. And then one time I forgot what it said, but it was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't understand. Can you please say that again?" And I was like, I literally did not even turn you on. Like I was home alone.
That's weird.
I hadn't been talking obviously because I was home alone. And I was like, sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat that? And I'm like,
It's so hard because it's like, where do you draw the line with this stuff? Do you want to have things like, even TVs nowadays are really smart and can hear you? And do you get rid of all technology? Like, if you don't want this stuff in your life, do you just live like completely different than everyone else? I saw a TikTok last night. Actually, maybe we can play that real fast.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. People who are living the complete opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here are some things my family does that are just a little different. For starters, we do not have a TV in the living room, and our children do not have toys that make noise. Like none. We also still have a CD player, and we love to pull out discs of classical music and listen to that music throughout the day on our CD player. We go on multiple walks a day. We try to get out as much as possible, and we make all of our food from scratch, even our pizza. And then we eat leftovers. We never eat in restaurants. We always eat what we cook at home. My kids work on puzzles and board games all the time, and they also help me cook. Both of my kids are involved in cooking in the kitchen, and we sit down every single night at the dinner table and have a nice meal together. My kids read books instead of watch TV, and they have toys that encourage them to build and work really hard. They also do chores, but we do a lot of playing too. I encourage my kids to engage in risky play. And lastly, we saved all of our money up to buy a trampoline and put it inside, so they always have something to do indoors to get energy out.
Isn't that so smart? Yeah, like on a snowy day when your kids are like, have all this energy, send them in the trampoline room. But yeah, I mean,
no thanks.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
All power to people that can, though.
Oh yeah, sure, whatever. But knowing what I know and having what I have, there's no way you could take that from me. And dude, I love my technology. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I love TikTok. I love Netflix. Like,
I know, because you'd have to change too as the parent. You can't just like
love
give your life this kid.
I love eating out.
Give your kids this life. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. And then what happens when your kids go into the real world and they have to like readjust to all these things?
Exactly.
And like, will they be confused about people streaming music when they only know a CD player
or like a screen?
Like how, I don't know.
And how realistic is that in the sense of, you know, if you go out to get a job, 99.9% of jobs require you to have at least some basic understanding of technology.
Right.
You know, how do you, even an email, like how do you'd have to learn all of that.
Other kids that have more technology in their lives would have such a leg up on you
in
those positions. Yeah, that's a good point. But then I see how this could be such a like wholesome, good way to live, you know, that a lot of good could come out of it. Even just having my little break from social media was like so good for my mental health, especially since it's been a little harder lately with postpartum and everything. Just, I don't know. There's definitely some appeal to this to me, but I could never do it.
I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole of this.
Especially with the jobs that I have, but anyway, interesting discussion. Let us know what you guys think. There's something else we have to talk about, right?
Yes, there is.
Yes, I wanted to touch on this.
Yeah. So, switching gears a little bit here.
There's been a lot of discussion in the last week over the Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix. What's it called?
It is called Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
That's already bad.
And it was released back September 21st.
And to clarify, this isn't a documentary. This is a reenacted series.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's not a doc.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
No. I haven't watched any part. I'm really not interested in him whatsoever. Like, I want
He's
nothing to do
actually
with
someone that I've just never really fully researched. I know some things, and it just beyond for me. I cannot
it's
handle
extremely disturbing.
But it started an interesting conversation about reenactments and this style of media when it comes to true crime. There's been a lot. I was reading the comments on the trailer, and people really like the series, I guess. It seems like people are very split.
So I think a big reason why there's so many people that love it is because the director, his name is Ryan Murphy, and he made American Horror Story, and he has such a big like fan base, and also like the Evan Peters is playing Dahmer, and there's like it's almost like such a toxic stan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not seeing past what they're making. You just like them. You just like what they're making because it's that person.
I personally am and have never been a fan of reenacted crime shows. Yeah. I mean, if it's completely made up and written by someone, whatever. I don't have a problem with it, obviously. But it's when it's reenacted what someone went through. They recently, what was the series? The staircase one, right?
Yeah, so you don't like those either?
No. I just,
If it's like telling about a story that like is still up in the air, or like more like just anything like that.
Yeah, personally, it just feels very icky to me. And I know a lot of families who feel very strongly against it. There's like such a huge difference between a factual documentary that's sharing what people went through or raising awareness or, true crime podcasts and, YouTube channels, what I have, my channel. Because first of all, most of the time we're working with families. It has factual information in it. There's something about reenacting it where there's a creative freedom that you're really pushing the boundaries. And there's actually a clip I wanted to show of an interview.
It was so jaw-dropping that it all really happened, that it felt important to try to tell the story as authentically as we could. And, you need to have certain plot points because he did do these things, but you don't need to embellish them.
Well, looks like Netflix's Monster may not be as authentic as we think. Anne E. Schwartz, a former crime reporter who first broke the story of Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome murders in 1991, is calling out the show and pointing out what she says they got wrong. Yeah, the critically acclaimed Evan Peters-led series, well, Anne says they're dramatizing the story to make it entertaining.
Guess I'm getting what's coming to me, huh?
Anne worked for the Milwaukee Journal at the time of Dahmer's arrest. She says the show does not bear a great deal of resemblance to the facts of the case. Here's why. In an interview with The Independent, Anne opens up about the smell referenced multiple times throughout the show. According to Anne, it's actually not what it seems. Quote, I was a crime reporter for 5 years, so I know what it smells like when you walk into a building with a dead body or a decomposing body. That was not that. This was a very chemical smell. In the series, Niecy Nash plays Glenda Cleveland, the neighbor who first alerted police of Dahmer's suspicious behavior.
To tell this story, specifically through Glenda's lens, as it had never been done before. So that comes with a lot of responsibility because you want to make sure you get it right.
But Anne points out there are some inaccuracies here, too. The series features many hallway encounters between Dahmer and his neighbor, but Anne claims none of that ever happened. In fact, annoying. Anne says Glenda didn't live across the hall. She actually lived in a completely separate building. Quote, I had trouble with buy-in because I knew that was not accurate, but people are not watching it that way. They're watching it for entertainment. And as the show implies, his parents played a large part in his urges.
The body is kind of
dissected. Lionel knows all about that. He's who kind of sparked Jeff's interest in the subject.
In reality, Dahmer made it clear no one but himself was to blame. Anne explains, quote, for someone who didn't show any emotion or seem to care about anything, he was very protective about his parents. He had no inflection in his voice. He just said no one was responsible for what I did except me.
To this day, I don't know what started it. And the person to blame is sitting right across from you.
Yeah, so that's when
I didn't know there were so many differences.
And that's when it really becomes a huge problem, when you're just taking creative freedoms and it becomes purely for entertainment at that point, and you're not trying to educate anyone or, give a voice to a family or to victims that can't speak for themselves or share what they went through.
It just feeds into more misinformation, like being shared about.
Yeah, well, people watch it and they're thinking, oh, it's based on it. And then they think everything in it is fact.
Well, that was my thought, is a lot of people are probably watching this not knowing anything about him.
Right.
Or, just hearing the name because it's a famous name. And then they watch this and they're like, oh, so this is exactly what happened. And now they think that whatever has been played and portrayed on this series or this show is fact. And they never even, they're going away with totally misinformation. And that's just a disservice to these victims and their family members.
Yeah, I just think there is no place for reenactments in true crime at all, period. Even in TV shows, it seems like the networks are really going away from that. But for so long, ID Discovery would literally include reenactments in the documentaries, which I know that they probably still do that. to some degree, or someone. I know that probably still exists, but I think it's going down because people are realizing how disrespectful to it is, or to people it is, and it's just so re-traumatizing. Literally, one of the serial killer's victims, family members, had said that the show has re-traumatized their loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
And just going through that has got to be so difficult. I just can't imagine. There's really no point to this type of thing. And there's also now a Gabby Petito acted out series. Movie?
I think it's a movie.
It's a movie.
It came out October 1st. It's called The Gabby Petito Story.
Mm-hmm. By Lifetime,
Mhm.
of course, which they're the worst. And her family has made a statement that they don't approve it,
Mhm.
and they're not involved in it at all. And it's just, there's never a right time to make it, but a year after, that's just
it's so fresh.
They must have started that.
I was just
like
thinking.
a month after.
Totally.
Which is just so disgusting.
Gabby's mom, Nicole, actually said, "We thought our followers should know that the Lifetime movie on Gabby Petito has no connection to the Petito family, nor did they give their approval. Lifetime took it upon themselves to make the movie." It's so disappointing that you're just taking this because it's sensationalized and twisting it into some entertaining thing and then putting it on Lifetime.
Well, that's what people made it with Gabby.
Yeah.
People made it this entertaining thing.
Yeah, they did.
And God, their family is so strong. They've been through so much, and to see this happen is just so disappointing. Yeah, I don't know.
Is there no like legal? I guess even though it was like a open case and everything like that, is there any legality with Lifetime doing this with them not approving it, or?
Oh, I'm not sure. They might be able to take action. I doubt they will put their time towards that because they got bigger fish to fry. Her family,
right.
But yeah, I'm not sure if what they can do about it because it is free speech.
I think it's just so careless. It's just, and then they try to put at the beginning and the end, like, call this hotline if you know someone is being like hurt or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, and that's because I had tweeted about this and there were people responding to me like, they're raising awareness about domestic violence. It's like, there are so many other forms of media that can actually raise awareness about domestic violence.
Right.
We went through the entire police footage, all of that. And, we got approval from Gabby's family. They were happy that they told us they were happy with our content, and we were able to do a very big donation to her family and hopefully help aid the situation versus just completely exploiting it. Lifetime isn't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think their top priority is to be respectful and try and only help.
No.
Right.
Let's be real here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to hear your opinions on, I guess you can just refer to it as reenacted true crime.
Yeah. It seems like it's so
dramatized,
popular.
Dramatized. That's probably a better word. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can never get into that stuff, especially after already hearing a story.
Why would you want to?
You just have a different,
trying
to, especially when they start changing it. That is just so frustrating, I think, as a family member.
To make it more interesting for the viewer. Like, we just watched that clip and there was a bunch of things that they pointed out in the Jeffrey Dahmer series that were literally not true. Just not true. Like, the woman didn't live across the hall. She lived in a different building. It's like, the dad had nothing to do with it. It was all his idea. And in the series, it's, making it sound like the dad
in a way, spruce it up. I feel like that kind of like makes the perpetrator kind of like humanizes them and kind of like makes you kind of feel bad for them in a way. It's not focused on the victim as much.
No. Oftentimes it's very focused on
the killer.
Yep. And it really misses a lot of the important details of this person and doesn't honor them in any way. It just uses them in their trauma. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not into that, but I know people are super, super split on whether or not reenactments should be done. I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree.
I know a lot of people in true crime that, who've actually lived through a crime. That just, it's the most hurtful, unhelpful thing out there. So, anyway, that was kind of a
odd way to wrap things up.
It's been a really fun show up until now. This is making me mad.
Yeah, I know. But I wanted to talk about it. Like,
No,
I've just seen so much buzz about it on the internet, and I feel like
it's been interesting. Like, why this one? When there's constantly these series coming out, and people don't. Maybe because some of the family members spoke out, or maybe because of how horrific Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes were.
Yeah, and I mean, I watched just a tiny bit of that show. I couldn't because like I said, I really like Ryan Murphy, so I wanted to give it like a benefit of doubt, and it was.
What else is he in? I'd never have heard of him.
Ryan Murphy. Mm-hmm. Well, no, he's the director.
Oh, right. Sorry,
Evan Peters. He's in like I can't remember off the top of my head. He was like a kid actor.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like Niecy Nash. Is it Niecy?
Yeah, I love Niecy Nash.
She's good, but yeah, it's I don't know. A whole lot of yuck. I will not be tuning into that.
Yeah,
no.
I encourage you guys not to.
Will I?
Anyway, that was. It feels good to be back.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Kendall. I am so glad you're back.
Thank you. And thanks for holding it down for me and giving me this time.
Also, you can thank Charlie. Okay. Large part of it.
And the lady dogs, too.
Yeah, the girls.
Lady dogs.
Us, you
Mags. Yeah, you ladies, too.
Yeah, lady
all
dogs.
of you. Yeah, thank you guys for holding it down for me. And seriously, thank you to all of you out there who left comments encouraging me to take however much time I needed and heal, and I really needed to do that before jumping back into all of this. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, that is going to be it for this week, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this episode. I know we were kind of all over the place, but we just had some things we needed to talk about to kind of get back into the flow. And like Kendall said, at some point, you know, she's going to be sharing more about her experience with birth, but as at least for a little bit, we need to just like get back into the groove of things.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you on the next sesh. But until then, keep it fresh. Oh, it feels good to have you say it again.